welcome, sir.
Uh, hello, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all are fine. Today, I am happy to welcome Mr. Nitin Agrawal, a special guest and alumni of IIT Noida. He is from PGDM Tourism and Leisure 2007 and 9 batch, the pioneer batch of IITM Delhi in Pusa. Now we have in Noida. So he has more than 11 years of experience in corporate sales for Mice Business. He is a faculty in IIT Pusa for sales and marketing. He worked for 8 years in Cox and Kings and presently working in FCM Travel Solutions as Senior Manager Corporate Mice Sales. So today he is going to speak on a topic called negotiation skills. So Nitin, now I hand over the session to you.
All
Okay.
right, all right,
Yes.
all right. Hope everybody can able to see the screen.
Yes. Yes.
Rama, all right. All right, so hello everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Nitin Agrawal, as rightly introduced by Lama sir. So uh, I'm a pass out of 2007-9 batch, a pioneer batch. It used to be in Pusa campus. Now we have full-fledged institute in Noida. So the first job where I got placed is also because of the institute only. So that is red carpet tours, and then I moved to a company called Cox and Kings, where I worked 8 years, and now with FCM for more than 6 months. So total experience of more than 10 years, purely in mice, and that we in sales. Uh, the reason why I picked negotiation skills is particularly for a reason that for it is, first of all, you must know that it is a part of a selling process. So, so everything we say that all well that ends well. So negotiation is where it helps you to close a sale. So it's basically a part where it needs to help you to close a sale. So it's basically a closure part of a selling process. So selling process, like maybe you have read or learned about it. There are several steps. Starts with prospecting, identify the prospect, then pre-approach, then approaching a customer, then presentation or demonstration, then comes a closure or negotiation, and after that follow-up. So we are touching upon the final part of a selling process, which is a negotiation skill. So the content is for today. What is negotiation skill? What are the principles of negotiation? Why it is important to know? What are the stages of negotiation? And what are the styles available? Negotiation styles are available, and which one suits the best as per the situation you are in. So this is going to be the topic for today, and then there will be a question answer session. I would like to be more interactive because then it gives you a chance where, in case you're not understood, I can clarify. But there is a chat box. You can start typing your question. At the end of the session, we'll take all the questions. So let's start on negotiation skill. All right. So I think all you know about Nelson Mandela. So he quoted, negotiations and discussions are the greatest weapon we have for promoting peace and development. Means if you want to promote a peace or you resolve a conflict, you need a negotiation and a discussion. So that is why it is very important to know. Uh, all right. So what is negotiation? It derives from the word called negotiatus, which is a Latin word, which means to carry on the business. Means whenever you are in a business or in a situation, it is there that there will be something, there will be some conflict, there will be some problems. You have to resolve it and you have to carry on with that. So that is why to resolve it, you need to be part of a negotiation. Negotiation can be defined as a process for resolving conflict between two or more parties where both or all modify their demand to achieve a mutually acceptable solution. So this word is very, very important. Mutually acceptable solution. So if the solution is not mutually accepted, you are happy, but the other party is not happy, or the other party is not happy, you are happy. Either way, if one party is not satisfied, it doesn't solve the process. So this is very important. We have to be very careful, or the other party has to be very careful that both the parties should be mutually accepting the common solution. So you may note from the definition some of the important points. Negotiation is a process of resolving conflict. If there are no conflicts, there is no negotiation. So we need a negotiation. There is a conflict. Either you need a pay raise, or you need a price, what you are demanding for resolving a conflict, maybe resolving a conflict of interest, or a position, or a designation, could be anything. So there is a conflict. So you need to resolve that, and that is where it is required. There is a need to resolve conflict more so with our customers. So if the customer is not addressed properly, so you may lose them in future. So that's why it's very important to resolve them, and negotiation is a process to resolve it. Negotiation doesn't mean persuading. It's a part of a sales, but doesn't mean that you have to persuade. It's basically more of a convincing and addressing, not a persuading. Rather, we should listen to others and their proposition. So here is more of a listening. We listen more and deliver accordingly, rather than we speak more. Through negotiation, we try to reach at a mutually acceptance compromises, like we said. So this word is very important, mutually acceptance. All right. So what are the principles? So there's a difference between a principle and a rules. Um, so in management, always say it's principle. It's not a technical subject. It's based on the principle. What is the difference between a principle and a rules? Principle means we should do it. We should follow it. Rules, whether as rules said, we must follow it. It has been certain. There's a rules guidelines we must follow, but principle we should follow. It is an internal feeling or process where it has been written that in order to achieve a goal or achieve a process or achieve a particular thing, you should follow. But there is no I would say strict instruction that you must follow. Okay, negotiation is all about bargaining to reach a mutually agreement outcome. You must have a clear plan. What actually you want from this negotiation process? What exactly you want? Like I said, there are many reasons to it. So you must have a clear plan. What is the actual outcome you want to derive from that process? The third is all the participants of a negotiation must regard each other as equal. Mutual respect is each other as equal, as mutual respect is essential to both the conduct and the outcome of negotiation. So it's only possible when both the parties respecting each other equally. Always keep in mind that negotiation is not a debate, it's just a discussion. So never ever goes to any discussion where you think that it is going to be a debatable. Always, it's a principle that you always follow the process, which is in a discussion mode. Patience is the key, and a good negotiator. Thus, take your time. Do not rush into decision making. So, like I said, you have to be active listener and you have to be patient. Delay is much better than a poor outcome. So you have to wait when the other party has completed his or her feelings and what they actually want from this negotiation process, and then you, after analyzing and processing all this request, then think that what you can do, what you cannot do. And similarly to the other parties, when you have gone for certain negotiation, after you presented, you may ask for a price for your product, maybe or price or the services which customer is ready or not ready. That is where uh, both have to be patient, listening to each other. All right. This is very important slide. I would say this is where we should know. This is where we should know why we should need it. All right. So for me, the fifth point is very important. But all the point is very important. But the fifth point is basically we feel in our industry is the most important point. So first is in order to reach to an agreement. Yes, since I told you already that is a part of a selling process. जब तक एक लास्ट में फाइनल क्लोजिंग एग्रीमेंट साइन नहीं होगा तब तक कोई सेल प्रोसेस कंप्लीट नहीं होगी. दैट्स व्हाई it is important. Second is to compete with the competition. If you can't negotiate properly, if you can't close a deal, your competition will do it. So that's why it is important that instead of your competition will do, why should you not do it? So to compete with the component. Third is in order to compromise. So you have to compromise something and your client has to compromise something to achieve to a common solution. In order to settle an argument, like I said, so it's not about closing a deal, it's also about resolving a conflict. So in order to settle an argument, कहते हैं ना कि आप इसकी बात मान लो, थोड़ी सी आप इसकी बात मान लो, to settle an argument, it's also part of a negotiation. Last is very important. In order to feel satisfied with the dealing's outcome, sometimes what happen and which we strongly feel, कभी कभी क्या होता है कि बिना कुछ करे अगर आपको कुछ मिल जाए या कस्टमर को या हमें, तो हमें लगता है कि शायद इसका आउटकम और भी अच्छा हो सकता था. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हमने कोई भी चीज़ हम लेट्स से वी आर इन माइस, हम कोई भी डील लेके जाते हैं क्लाइंट के सामने, अगर हमने कोट अपना प्राइस ही हमने लेट्स से हमने एक्स प्राइस रखा और उसने पहली बार ही में हमारा प्राइस एक्सेप्ट कर लिया, तो हमें लगता यार हम एक्स प्लस भी कोट कर सकते थे, शायद वो भी एक्सेप्ट हो जाता. तो हमने अगर क्योंकि जब नेगोशिएशन हुई नहीं तो हमें लगता है कि शायद वो प्रोसेस की जो आउटकम है वो इतना सेटिस्फेक्शन. सेम विद क्लाइंट ऑल्सो. जब उसने हमें एक्स प्राइस मांगा, क्लाइंट ने कि ठीक है एक्स सर्विस मांगा या प्राइस मांगा, ओके आई एम रेडी टू क्लोज अ डील विद यू, आप हमें ये प्राइस और ये सर्विसेज दे दीजिए, वी आर रेडी टू क्लोज अ डील. अगर ऐसा नहीं होता है और जो हमने बोला वो एकदम से मान लेता है, तो उनको भी ऐसा लगता है कि क्या हम और भी मांग सकते थे, क्या हम और भी चीज़ें ले सकते थे, क्या हम और प्राइस बेनिफिट ले सकते थे, क्या हम और भी सर्विसेज ले सकते थे सेम प्राइस में. तो इसको ये सेटिस्फेक्शन फीलिंग आना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है नेगोशिएशन प्रोसेस में, तो सेलिंग प्रोसेस में. तो अगर जब तक नेगोशिएशन नहीं होता है वो सेटिस्फेक्शन नहीं आता है, ना ही क्लाइंट की तरफ से ना ही हमारी तरफ से. तो दैट इज व्हाई इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दैट्स व्हाई we must indulge in a negotiation process before resolving a conflict. All right. So there are basically many styles of negotiation, but there are two very important styles. That's why I've written only two. One is distributive and other one is integrative. So distributive means you are taking care of yourself only. You are not thinking about others. It's like I must win it, whether somebody is losing or not, I don't care. Whereas it's integrative, both the parties think of each other and they think that if I'm doing this, the other party will also get benefited and I'm also getting benefited with this process. So integrative and distributive, there's a basic difference between this. So one is taking care of each other and one is only taking care of yourself. All right, so it's a video time. At the end of the video, maybe you can listen to this video properly in your system or you cannot, but there's a subtitle to it. So please read the subtitle in case you cannot listen properly.
देखो, डॉन की तस्वीर. ये आदमी डॉन है, लेकिन ये तो मैं हूं. ये डॉन है. तो क्या आप चाहते हैं कि मैं इसकी जगह आए? हाँ, और इस तरह तुम हमारी बहुत बड़ी मदद कर सकते हो. नहीं नहीं डीएसपी साहब, मुझे तो आप माफ कर दीजिए. अभी अभी आप कह रहे थे कि उनके आदमी ने आपके 3 इन्फॉर्मर मार दिए हैं.
अजी सूरत शकल मिलने से क्या होता है, वो लोग तो 2 मिनट में पहचान जाएंगे कि देखिए अगर इधर मैं समझाता हूँ। कहाँ डॉन जो जरा जरा सी बात पे गोली चला देते, कहाँ मैं, मुझे तो गोलियां तक खेलना नहीं आता।
मैं तुम्हें सब सिखा दूंगा।
अजी सीखने से क्या होता है, उनके आदमियों को तो पता चल ही जाएगा ना।
उन्हें किसी तरह भी पता नहीं चलेगा। देखो ये राज के डॉन मर चुका है, अब मेरे सिवा सिर्फ तुम जानते हो, और ये राज के तुम डॉन नहीं हो, कोई और हो, तुम्हारे सिवा अब सिर्फ मैं जानूंगा। डॉन के साथियों की तरह पुलिस भी तुम्हें डॉन ही समझेगी।
अब कहीं मुझे पुलिस वालों ने डॉन समझ के पकड़ लिया था, मैं तो गया ना 12 के भाव में।
उसके लिए मैं हूं ना। तुम्हारी मदद से पुलिस जब उन लोगों को पकड़ लेगी तो मैं कह दूंगा कि तुम डॉन नहीं हो, तुम मेरे आदमी इन्फॉर्मर हो।
वो सब तो ठीक है डीएसपी साहब, लेकिन मुझे तो आप माफ ही कर दीजिए, तो बड़ा खतरनाक काम मालूम पड़ता है।
कैसे आदमी हो तुम? जरा से खतरे से इतना डरते हो?
I don't know whether you can see that video or not. Can someone tell me whether they could see that video or not?
Yes,
Feedback?
video. Yeah, we saw the video actually. Yeah.
Oh, it's not finished yet. It's just 1 minute left.
देखो डॉन की तस्वीर।
All right. So basically, I want to take the example from the video from the Bollywood or Hollywood movie about the negotiation. It was basically taken from a movie Dawn, whereas a police officer is trying to convincing other person to take the other person's job. एक डुप्लीकेट जिसमें अमिताभ बच्चन उसको बोलता है कि पुलिस ऑफिसर डुप्लीकेट अमिताभ बच्चन को बोलता है कि आप डॉन का पोजीशन ले लो, और लेकिन उसकी कुछ अपनी मजबूरी होती है। देन दे फाइंड टू अ कंक्लूजन कि हाँ ठीक है, आप मेरे लिए ये कीजिए तो मैं आपके लिए ये कर दूंगा। So it's basically an example of an integrative negotiation process. There are many examples basically where मैंने जैसे आजकल काफी सारे जो series देखा, Suits is one of the series where I could see so many examples of integrative approach, but I found this is very connecting to me. That's why I took that example. So what is basically a difference between a distributive and an integrative approach? So in distributive, there is basically an individual gain. One only think about himself, and it considers both the parties, and the outcome is win and lose. So the other party, sorry, yes. Okay, so the other party only think about himself or themselves, not to others. The interest is totally opposed. It only about thinking about us, me, myself, not about others. The relationship is short term to gain the short term gain कि ठीक है अभी हमें ये काम हो जाना चाहिए, बाद का देखा जाएगा जो भी होगा. Whereas integrative is always about short term and long term both. Issues here involved is single कि अभी के लिए सोचना है और अभी जो भी मिल जाए वो लेके आगे बढ़ना है. It's not multiple future के लिए. For example, अगर हम why we always say integrative, हमें अगर क्लाइंट के पास भी जाना होता है तो we always take care कि अगर हमने इस बार डील ले भी ली, the person is not satisfied, or if person thinks at the end of the conversation or at the end of the deal कि he has lost his the argument or negotiation, so maybe he will not deal with us in future. So that is why we always take care of this approach, that other party always feels that okay, they are also gain something from that process. Okay, when you are not thinking about others, so that's why it is not creative at all. When you are thinking about others, so it involves lots and lots of creativity and thinking. All right, so like I've told you, this difference between a selling and a negotiation. So negotiation is a part of selling, and whereas selling is a complete sales process. All right, so what are the stages of negotiation? Like every process, everything, we have a process steps. So here also here also we have a process. So first is a preparation. Preparation here means you should know your customer, you should know yourself, you should know your product, you should know where you are lagging behind, you should know where exactly you are strong. So this is all about doing a homework. Second is opening when you start a conversation. Third is the bargaining, where actually this process is for. And fourth is the closing. Closing here means to sign a deal and an agreement. All right. So preparation, what exactly you do in a preparation? Have you done your homework? Have you prioritized them? What you need it, what you needed from the other party? First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Sorry. Are they realistic? So this is very important. Your goal should be realistic. Means you are demanding something which is not real. Obviously, the conversation will end up losing on the losing side. What are your opponents, their merits and demerits, their strong point, their weakness? So here opponent means the competition. So when you are dealing with the client, they're also dealing with your competition. So if you know your competition, then you can prepare your pitch accordingly. So do you have enough information regarding your buyer attitude, personality, assumption? So this is, I would say, the important. It is purely interpersonal relationship with the person you are dealing with. So if you know the person you are dealing with, their attributes, their personality, their assumption, their likes and dislikes, you will able to deal with them accordingly. So if you think that okay, this person is a money-minded person, whatever I will suggest, I will present. He will always talk about price. So you deal with the person accordingly. And sometimes there are corporates, there are clients, they don't care about pricing. They always take care, always want a best product, and they always want to feel proud that what they are actually getting or want something from you. Their competition is not their competition is not getting it. So sometimes getting a pride that what they are getting is something unique is also very important to them. So you have to deal with them accordingly. So then the quality, the uniqueness in product, something wow factors comes into the picture, not the pricing or the basic product. Anticipate the time of negotiation, like there are many styles of negotiation which we are going to cover later. So you have to anticipate which style suits with this kind of in this kind of a situation, and then decide on negotiation approach, negative or positive, distributive or integrative. All right. So again, this is about opening a conversation with the other party. So here the two sides come face to face in this stage. Each party tries to make an impression on other side and influence the thinking at the first opportunity. Psychologically, this phase is important because it sets the tone of a negotiation to a larger extent. तो जैसे हम कहते हैं ना, first impression is the last impression. So the opening phase is very important. Here, the other party should feel that you are already taking care of them. So the party should be is not, for example, you want a salary hike, but if you say, "Sir, I want this salary," I don't think you will get it. If you think that now my worth is this, I'm taking care of this responsibility, I'm part of your planning process and the growth process. This is what something I should be getting. Uh, I think your plea will be heard then. So opening phase is very important when you're starting a conversation with your boss, colleague, or your client. This phase is important because it sets the tone of a negotiation to a large extent. It involves both negotiating party presenting their case to each other. So it's important when you are starting or the client is, sometimes client starts, okay, this is what is our expectation is from this deal. And then it's your turn to deal. Okay, sir, this is what your expectation. I can or we can take care of these points. Not, let's say they have discussed 10 points, you agree with 8, and you will try to come to a solution which you are not agree. Let's say 10 में से 8 में आप एग्री करते हो, 2 में नहीं करते हो, तो वो 2 में नहीं करते उसके आप ऑल्टरनेटिव सोल्यूशन क्या दे सकते हो. So it's the opening phase, that's where It's very important. They should feel that they have attended, and then you are taking care of their interest as well. All right, so this is where the bargaining phase starts. So the client has asked for 10 things. You can do only 5 things or 7 things. Now, if your job is to make them satisfied with the 8th thing, and at the same time you have to take care of your of your company's interest, you are making profit with this deal, and at the same time they also feel that they're getting better product at the best price from the competition. So this phase is very important. Is actually you are coming to a common solution. So this phase involves coming closer to the objective you have intended to. So your objective for this process is to come to a conclusion, to resolve a conflict. When you started the negotiation, in this phase, the basic strategy is to convince the other side of appropriateness of your demand, and then persuading the other party to concede those demands. For this, one need to be logical in one approach and frame clearly throughout and planned arguments. So the solution that you are giving, the solution that they are asking, it has to be a logical. It happens to be just to close a particular conversation, one ends to say something which is not related, not relevant, and not logical. Then the whole purpose will get defeated if the other party thinks that the person is not talking logical and relevant. This is the fourth and the last stage of a negotiation, is the closure. So after bargaining stage, you come to a solution. You have tried to convince them with the solution that you are going to provide, and you are persuading them to accept your offering, and then finally you make an agreement. So this phase is very important to basically write down what you have actually negotiated for. So this phase represents the opportunity to capitalize on all the work done in the earlier phases. The research that has been done in the preparation phase combined with all the information that has been gained is useful in closing the phase. It also involves the sealing of an agreement, in which both the parties formalize the agreement in a written contract or letter of intent. Means you write down what you have agreed for. This is what you have asked for, and this is what we are now going to deliver. This is the final contract. Both the parties will sign it, and this is where you actually capturing the deal. Reviewing the negotiation is as important as negotiation process itself, because you may in future say, oh, you have committed this, now you're not delivering this at all. So it's very important to form a contract and take the signature on that contract by both the parties. So therefore one should take that time to review each and element and find out what went well and what needs to be improved. It's also important if you have a written document with you, so you can also find out, okay, after signing an agreement, you can go back and check actually you made a loss or you made a profit, or what else you can do better, what else you have actually not done good in that deal. So if you have it on the table, you can also review it when you are back in your office or at home. All right, so this is basically a last part of the presentation, whereas it talks about the styles available and which style suits you the best. As per the situation, you have to adopt that. So there are basically 5 negotiation styles. The best is I have like told you in the previous slide is the win-win, but there are other slides available. First is the compete, and second is to collaborate, third is the compromising, fourth is avoid, and fifth is accommodating. So let's discuss one by one. All right, so complete in simple terms is a destructive approach. It's one which tells about I win or you lose. So the competitive negotiation use all tools possibly to boost their negotiation success, including their position. So one basically use all his power and knowledge or position to win that argument or particular situation. So the person or the company may use their position, the personality, aggression, their power, economic power, the company's strength, brand to win over that particular conflict. So, but in this situation, the other party feel lost, and it is not good when you see a long-term relationship. So this is good when you are. This is applicable when you want to reach a short-term goal, like say maybe you want to just a high high in a sales for a period of, let's say, last quarter, or it could be just to sell a particular car or just to sell a particular flat. It's all only for the short term. It's applicable for the to reach a short term goal. Second is collaborative, which is mostly commonly used worldwide. It's finding a win-win situation for both the parties. So you are agreeing to what they are saying, and they are also agreeing to what you are saying. So you are willingly to collaborate with each other with 100% consent. So this is where exactly the negotiation process deals with, and the objective is so both the party should feel satisfied and content with what they have came for to the table. All right. So this is something which is also happening, and it also happened. It is a compromising situation where both the parties not able to deal with each other's demand. So you're asking 10 things and they're also asking 10 things. Neither you are interested. In your preview, you cannot give all 10, and it also in their preview, they also can't sign the deal without all the 10 points. So then you come to a solution. You agreed on something. Okay, you lose some and I will also lose some, or I will win something and you will also win something. The best example, basically, this is commonly happen with us. So for example, if a client has multiple business for us, let's say they have multiple MICE movements planning for this particular year. So they have, let's say, 10 or 15 trips in a year. So, and they have five travel companies. So they give equal work to each company, like say 3 projects to each company. So for us, it's basically a win or lose situation. So we are winning some, we are losing some. So it's a compromising situation in which corporate, a client, try to keep everybody happy, and also they feel that if we have more people working with them, so they are not depending on one particular vendor or particular company. So it's basically a compromising situation for both of them. Whereas in case they want to deal with one or two party, but because they want to indulge or they want to deal with different vendors, so they distribute their work to different vendors. So this is basically a compromising negotiation. I hope you understand that. This is commonly used in our industry. All right. So this is a very, I would say, you should not involve in this, and one should. I not said you. We should not involve in this. It's basically a avoidable situation where you're not happy with the person. You're not happy with the person dealing with. You're not happy with the situation, and your ego, your personal motives is you are taking care of them, not the situation. Basically, both the parties not willing to compromise on anything. Both parties are not ready to come to a table for a solution. So basically, this style is basically people who identify with the avoiding negotiation style, highly dislike conflict, and tend to talk in vague terms. So when you are not happy with a particular person or company or situation, okay, so what you will do or your client will do, okay, I'm ready to, so you will give a vague solution. Okay, I'm ready to deal with you, but provided to give me 15 things in that particular price, which is, it's not possible. So you also lose the interest on dealing with that particular thing. So both the parties then in this process कोई भी किसी के भी साथ काम करने में या डील करने में इंटरेस्ट नहीं लेता है, and both try to avoid each other, and this is very painful for both the parties. Why it is painful? Because of your personal interest, you're not taking care of the other party. You may need the other party, but because of something, you're not dealing with them properly, and this will end up you also losing and the other party is also losing. If an agreement is reached and an avoiding negotiator dislikes the outcome, they may try to take revenge on the opposite party before the party even knows that they are unhappy with an agreement. Since avoiders dislike conflict and struggle with the direct communication, they come off as passive and aggressive. This can cause rifts in interpersonal business relationship. I hope you understand this particular style of negotiation style. This is very rarely happened, but it happened. All right. So there is a saying. So it's sometimes it's better to lose than win. कभी कभी आप हार के भी जीत जाते हैं. So this is what this exactly mean. So one, if you are thinking that okay, and this is also commonly used by us. So when we think that we are overburdened or we think that we are not able to deliver what they are actually want from us, or we come to a position of stage where we think that it's better not to take this deal because if we are taking it, maybe we cannot satisfy the customer what exactly they wanted from us, or what the solution that we are going to provide, they are not going to be happy with us. It's better to lose it so that you can actually come to go to them next time. But if you take that project and if you don't deliver it properly, you don't get a chance to talk to them again. So this basically depends on your personal agenda, whether you are in that position to take that to accommodate to take that particular project or not. So this style is basically I lose you win model, which basically doesn't seems to be in a negotiator's best interest. Accommodating negotiator are the direct opposite of competitive negotiators. They focus on preserving relationship and building a friendly rapport by sacrificing some of their company's interests in favor of opposite parties' interest. Accommodators tend to try to win people over by giving it to their request. They tend to share more information than they should. They are often well liked by their colleagues because of their kindness, but kindness doesn't work in every negotiation situation. Accommodating negotiation style work best in situation where your company has caused harm to another and need to repair a significant relationship. These negotiators are skilled at peacemaking between different parties. So sometimes you also like your competition to win a particular deal. So in that also case you follow this style कि ठीक है last time पे मैंने इसको काफी नुकसान पहुंचाया था, इस बारी अपने competition को ये वाला deal लेने देते हैं so that this particular company will not create hindrance for us in future. So this is one of the example that I am quoting here. So this also very much applicable in our industry. I lose or you win. All right, so that's it from my end for today. So if you have any question, yeah, you must have. So I'll take one by one, and this is my email ID, and you can also take my contact number from Lama sir in case you want to take. I hope
okay.
I hope
now we are the questions round. So if you have any question, you can ask him, or you can write on the chat box.
Yeah. Is there any question? All right, let me see. I cannot see.
Respected sir, are you listening me?
Yes, please go ahead. Deep. It's Prakash Sahu.
Yes, sir. I'm calling from Good Technological Institute.
Yes, yes.
I just wanted to ask you, sir, in this crisis time, what is your actual primary suggestion towards your or the junior colleagues or the new practitioner or the students to build up themselves to rebuild our sector in a new way? But your examples are quite appropriate. I would like to add that Sole example is quite appreciated. I thought it is.
To be very honest, this is my first webinar, and this is particularly not my style of doing a conversation with the students or with any party. I would like more of face-to-face conversation, and this is what my forte is, being a salesperson. Um, but it's more of I am thinking that I am talking to myself only. So I could not take more examples where I have many more examples to basically quote. To answer your question, basically what the student must do right now, I think they should.
Yes, sir.
I I think they should invest their time in getting more knowledge, which they could not take when they are actually busy with their working. So right now, what we are also doing, we are also studying. We are also taking. I hope someone's mic is still on, so I cannot actually. All right. So I think more or less we should invest our time more in learning new skills, maybe learning a new language or learning a new destination as per the interest, or or doing something which we cannot do when we are actually going to offices and all. And second is stay healthy, doing exercise. And third is our travel is something that it's going to be start soon, because nobody can resist travel, neither for business not for leisure. Yes, it's a matter of time. Everybody is thinking, or everybody is pushing, and we are also coming up with a solution of virtual meetings and virtual recognition, reward and recognition, which is going to start soon. And all the companies, mice companies, are coming up the project where they are talking to the client to facilitate their top employees or customer, uh, organizing R&R online. So there are so many softwares available, and all the companies are investing so much on technology. And this is something I think it's coming up for near future, but it is just for the time being. The travel will start as and when we are coming out from this COVID situation. But right now, you should invest your time in learning and staying healthy.
Thank you overall, sir. I got.
Any other question?
Hi,
Yeah,
sir.
Movina.
I want to know some more detail about this topic.
Like,
It is correct, and apart from having the information and observation about the person or the institution, we are going to negotiate.
mhm.
How much does the body language takes the part in this? I want to know more about it.
Okay, so you are negotiating with the person you don't know about it. This is what your question is.
Yeah.
All right. So in this situation, your body language means you are dealing with the person, you are negotiating with the person, but you have not met them or you don't know them before. You are meeting them. I'm right. This is what your question is.
Yes, maybe I've met them for once or twice. Maybe I
Mhm.
may not be knowing them for about, I don't know much about them in
Mhm.
detail.
Okay,
Then
so
what are the
basically,
things I need to observe?
all right. So first, here comes your experience first, and second, your art of active listening is very important. So here, basically, what we generally do when we meet the client, we don't talk about business in first meeting, or we don't talk about business in opening phase. We talk about general phase. So how's your business? How's everything? How you motivate your employee? How does your scheme works? What is a annual sale? Similar simple question. and by answering, the client will answer the question, and from the answers you will get to know the person, the person's capability, the person's interest, and the company's position, and then you can plan your pitch accordingly. So you have to throw basic random questions कि कैसा सेल्स का ग्रोथ रहा है, कैसा चल रहा है, क्या नई मार्केटिंग स्ट्रैटेजी अडॉप्ट कर रहे हो, कुछ भी, या नई पॉलिसी से, नई गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसी से आपके बिजनेस को कितना इफेक्ट पड़ता है, हाउ मच डू यू इम्पोर्ट, हाउ मच डू यू एक्सपोर्ट, छोटे छोटे बेसिक क्वेश्चन से आप पूछोगे, उससे आपको थोड़ा आइडिया लग जाएगा क्लाइंट के बारे में, एंड देन यू कैन प्लान योर पिच एंड यू कैन डिलीवर अकॉर्डिंगली. So it's basically more of listening than talking.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Any other question?
Okay, Nitin, there is one question from Shruti.
Shruti, yes, sir. What is the question? Let me read, sir. Okay. Okay. So what negotiation skill we need to acquire post-COVID in view to it's win-win situation. It's from Sarthak Saxena. Sir, what kind of negotiation skill we need to acquire post-COVID? As like I told you, it's always better to acquire a skill which is a win-win situation. So let them win in this situation for this period. When our time will come, we will take over this position. We will take over this situation for sure. So right now we have to follow a win-win situation. All right. Second question is from Varsha. Sir, we are going to start our career. We don't have much experience in negotiation. Any suggestion what we should and we should do while negotiating? Also, I'm internship and got job. Then TI doesn't. I don't know what is stands for. Negotiate transport rates through call. So any suggestion on that? Varsha, I think you should call me. I cannot understood your question properly. Take my number from Rama sir. I will answer your question personally. I think I have an answer for your question, but I could not understood your question. 100%. Okay. Next question is from Ashwarya. Sir, can you provide us with some tips to improve our negotiation skills? Tips to improve. There are certain tips. First is you have to listen more and talk less. Know more about that person that you are dealing with, like what their dislikes, what their likes, what kind of solution that you are going to you are going to give it to them, whether you have that solution or not. If you don't have, then you have to learn and get that solution. And then fourth is art of art of art of persuading with the or convincing the person that you are giving is the best for him or her not. So sometimes what happens is even though you don't have a particular solution for that particular person, but if you convince that the solution that you are going to give or you are giving it is the best solution for him, if you can convince the person more or less get convinced. So I hope I have answered your question. Not 100%, I know, but 90%. Shruti. Shruti has, thank you, sir, for the wonderful session. I wanted to ask how to achieve a win-win solution at the bargaining stage where we as a company representative want to be a best deal, another party wants to negotiate on a product, and we want to maintain a long-term relationship. So it depends on the approach and your agenda. So your approach and agenda is to make profit or to get the deal from the company. So what happened is um you have to start a business with a person or with a company, and you have to show your skills. You have to show your services, that what you can deliver best from others, and then when they like you and when they like your performance, your company, you yourself, and then in the next time when you are going to deal with them, I don't think they will push you for the pricing, and then you can, and then long-term relationship also uh, possible when you are delivering when they have what they have not also asked for. So for example, आपने एक एग्रीमेंट बनाया और आपने उनमें से 10 चीज़ें लिखवाई और आपने अगर एक 11वीं और 12वीं चीज़ अपने आप से दे दी जो कि नहीं लिखी थी और जिसके लिए आपको कुछ ज़्यादा कॉस्ट भी नहीं लगा, और अगर आप ऐसा कुछ करते हो तो उससे भी आपका रिलेशनशिप स्ट्रांग होता है। सेकंड, कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें जो आपको क्लाइंट के बारे में पता चलती है डीलिंग करते समय और विदाउट दे आर सेइंग इट टू यू डायरेक्टली, योरसेल्फ इज सेइंग कि सर आई थिंक आपको ये चीज़ और देनी चाहिए हमें और हम अपने आप से आपको दे रहे हैं। आई थिंक उससे भी आपका रिलेशनशिप बहुत स्ट्रांग होता है। उससे आपको ये समझ आता है, क्लाइंट को समझ आता है कि हाँ, द पर्सन इज टेकिंग इंटरेस्ट इन आर प्रपोजिशन और इन आर डीलिंग। तो ये भी एक एग्जांपल हो सकता है, but it totally depends on the situation. To be very honest, there are multiple solutions to a same problem, and there are only one solution to a multiple problems. So totally depend on the particular problem that you are actually having at that particular time. Any other question? Yeah. How much does Frank be helpful while negotiating? Can we can we can we just be frank and let the know the position that we have certain markup or nothing? That is what we could do. Okay, you can be frank in your approach, but you cannot be frank with your uh, in uh, in your approach. You can be you can be frank, but in your mind you cannot be. मतलब तुम pretend कर सकते हो you are frank, but in your mind you cannot disclose all your costings and everything to your client. तो आप बोल सकते हो कि सर this is only with what I have kept, but it doesn't mean that you are telling it right to the client. And I don't think you should disclose your markup and costing to the client. I don't think so. But yes, you can pretend that you are frank with your client. All right, Varsha, the question is, sir, my question is that how can we negotiate with the company through phone calls? Because certainly we can't go to the office and do it face to face. All right. So first of all, you have to understand the negotiation process starts with when the client is already know you and know about you, and you know about your client. So it is not a starting of your conversation. It is basically an end of a conversation. तो जब तक आप एक क्लाइंट के साथ इतना बिल्डअप कर चुके होंगे कि आपसे उनके साथ रेगुलरली बातें हो रही हैं और वो आपसे रेगुलरली बातें कर रहा है और फाइनली इट्स अ टाइम टू अ क्लोजर, then it is not difficult to gauge what exactly client want, and then आप उसको उतना सोल्यूशन दे पाएंगे. तो इट इज बेसिकली मोर ऑफ एंडिंग प्रोसेस. जब तक आप इस प्रोसेस के लास्ट तक पहुंचते हैं नेगोशिएशन स्टेज तक, तब तक आपको समझ आ जाता है क्लाइंट के बारे में कि क्या सोल्यूशन देने पे एक क्लाइंट फाइनली आपके साथ डील करने में कन्विंस हो सकता है. I hope I have answered your question, Varsha. I know it's difficult to close on a phone call, but it is possible because you have already developed a relationship by dealing with them quite number of time. Yeah, Vineet has a question. In negotiation process of sir, I share markup which is affect profit and loss. So how can we overcome? All right. So you can, okay, you have already disclosed your profit or loss to the client, and how can you overcome? I'm sure in case you can tell me the whole story, I can give you a solution. But ऐसे मैं नहीं बता पाऊंगा कि आपने क्या डिस्क्लोज किया और क्या उसको पता होना चाहिए था. You can play around with your profits also. You can play around with your loss also, and depending on the situation. But I can answer your question, Vineet. You can call me personally. All right. Any other question?
Okay, is there any question? I guess
Sir,
yeah.
please give my number to Vineet. I think I can answer his question, and to Shruti. I think I have not understood her question.
Achha, Nitin, what is that? Nitin, Nitin.
Yeah.
What is that? You can write the mobile number on the chat box.
All right.
So that
Okay.
everyone can know the mobile.
Understood, sir. Understood.
Yeah.
4549. Right. So,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now I think it's okay now. So if you have any questions regarding my sales or regarding negotiation skills, you can call Nitin directly. So Nitin,
Yeah.
would you like anything to the audience?
No, thank you very much, and thank you listening to me. And this is my first experience doing a webinar, and totally I know I could explain well, and I can give more example, but due to um, less interaction, I cannot give all the examples that I have planned it. But if you can give me a situation, and if you can text me, I will answer all your questions for sure.